AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Line it up. Good morning. Thursday. How we feeling? Let me see my audio. The green bars. The green bars. The green bars. I seen mean cars. Where we at, man? Where we at? Good morning, AllBall TV in the AM. I tried to quit, but the people said you will not. I blame Flea. I don't blame anybody. I can't leave my people. Man. We're in the AM. New York City, the weather, I thought it was going to rain today. 83 degrees will be the high. Looks like it's just sunny outside. For all you guys that need to be in the know. We don't need to promote anybody else. Just you, Google. We'll promote you, Google. Bless me. 69 degrees, 70 degrees. It feels beautiful outside, by the way. The 83. Ooh. That's when you take a walk to the park and you just look around. Oh, I heard that sound. When it all comes down. AllBall in the building with me.
Yo, what's good? What we talking about, man? Are we talking Luka getting exposed? Are we talking the whole world owes Jaylen Brown an apology? Are we talking was Jason Kidd right? Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. What we talking about this morning? Yeah, let's get right to it. Luka better than Bird. Jason Kidd comparing him to Kobe, Mike, LeBron. He's already better than Dirk. Get Luka the fuck. Excuse my language. Get him out of here. People saying what we've been saying for 2 years ago. I've been arguing with people. He don't play no defense. None. What I've been saying, Fade. All he worry about is himself. He gonna get the numbers. That ain't special no more. Everybody getting 35. Did you see what they did last night? On national live TV, they showed 13 plays. They said that's the most ever, 13 blow-bys.
Incredible.
When they dissect your game like that, the jig is up. They tired of you. Him, Stephen A, Kyrie, get them all out of here. Y'all all frauds. Y'all almost bamboozled me. Because how long we been saying all this? They get me on live, my guys. They get me in the corner. Okay, y'all right. Luka got the numbers. His first 6 years. LeBron-esque. No. When the last time you seen Luka even attempt to block a shot? Done. This is why Jalen Brunson is better than all of them. I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody. Beautiful day outside today. Finish with your weather. Let's go.
83 degrees is the high today in New York City. We are at 69 degrees currently. Purely sunny day. And you know it's even sunnier when AllBall's out here on Fuego. Cooking Luka up. The stove is hot. DG Films in the building. Shout out to DG Films. AllBall last night, we had a beautiful, what's the word? Revelation. DG Films, he got in the chat. He said, man, y'all are just clickbaiters. And then we took his comment. He put me on to the guy from yesterday, the I don't know how to say his name, Raw Hebrew channel, who we love, by the way, right?
Right.
And then DG Film seen our video. He commented back, you know what, fellas? I apologize. I think I woke up hateful this morning. I said, "Oh my God, you are officially part of the AllBall family."
Big shout out
Once
DG
you
Films. Yes, thank you.
Once you apologize, you one of us. There's no way around it. We've been there, DG Films. We apologize to each other every other week, man. No hate over here.
See, they think we clickbait, but we don't. All of us really believe what we say. We really believe what we feel, and we love what we do. We really don't clickbait. It may seem like that. It may seem like we trolling. Yeah, we like to have fun and entertain, but we're very passionate about this. So people and people that support us really need to understand that we actually don't clickbait. It may seem like it. It may be a coincidence, but things that a lot of the networks, a lot of the former, current legends, players, Hall of Famers, a lot of these analysts that have been doing their job for 40 years, what they've been saying lately, we've been saying for 2-3 years now. That is a fact. And if y'all think we're lying, go to all our social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and go all the way from the beginning up until now, and you'll see things that they're talking about, we've been exposing and we've been saying. That is a fact. And I will not be bamboozled ever again.
They going crazy in the comments. This is why I love the comments too, because I think, see, I learned from Dom's comments with the YouTube, his experience, that you're gonna get the feedback that's like you. That's why I am mad at DG Films, because he's just one of us. I felt like you before DG Films, and then I just flip-flopped. But it was real feelings, like AllBall just said. But look, Michael Lynch, we're not gonna talk about the BS call on Luka, and John Q follows right up. Are we gonna talk about Luka needs to lose 15 pounds so he can move laterally?
Thank you. How long you been saying? We've been saying you ain't gonna never get in shape. You ain't gonna even make the effort. Once again, Kobe wasn't a great defender, but you know what he did? He watched film. He studied the great players, and he made the effort. Oh, I see Steph Curry don't like to be guarded on the side. You won't know that unless you study it. But you know what's going on from the top, from the owners all the way down to the equipment manager. They don't care. It's purely entertainment. It's purely offense. You think Jason Kidd is preaching to Luka play defense? No, because they don't care. Nobody wants to be great no more. Nobody wants to be legendary. You know why Mike is the GOAT? You think people are going to buy Luka sneakers? No. People are wearing Michael Jordans at their wedding. That's GOAT. It's a living, it's a life, it's everything. These guys only play one side of the ball. That is not legendary. I'm over it. I've been saying it for a while. I'm back. I'm 100% back. I'm not never getting bamboozled again. Never. We've been saying this, Fabian. We've been saying this. And miss me the Kyrie greatest skill set we ever seen. That shit is a myth.
Oh yeah, that's the one. No, I'm not gonna go there yet. I'm not gonna go there yet.
I see people do those moves in street ball. Let's stop acting like we ain't never seen none of this before. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that. Win a game. Niggas get swept. We think shit's supposed to just be cool. Get out of here. Win a game. And Lord have mercy, Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't even know how he's still in the league. Yo, can they demote you to the G League in your 10th year?
Can they demote you during the finals?
10 years in the league, and they go, you know what? You may need more work. Lord have mercy. I'm sorry, Fabian. I miss my people. I missed you. I've been gone for a couple days, but we back, baby. Sorry.
We missed you more, man. We needed this. That's it. But speaking of Jason Kidd, he answered you directly, man. He answered you directly.
Luka's obviously dealing with a bunch of injuries. He has such an intense workload.
Oh, here we go. Bunch of injuries.
What more would you like to see from him on the defensive side? He's the one that Boston's hunting all these switches and they're putting him in off-ball actions and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is definitely got a bullseye on his chest, and so he's got to be able to guard and understand that we're there to protect him and help him if he does get beat. But again, he's carrying the load offensively, and they are putting him in every pick and roll and ISO, and so he's got to be able to play the game where he can rest on offense and let others carry the load.
Right.
That's all we've been saying, Jason.
Yeah, but say our family in the comment section. If you could tell, Jason Kidd, listen, man, I'm not gonna say he doesn't care, but he didn't answer that correctly. See, I miss the days where you got to be held accountable, where a coach can get up there and say, my player was terrible on defense. We cannot win no championship with our best player literally playing no defense. Let me tell y'all something. Phil Jackson checked Michael Jordan. As much as I think Pop is overrated, he checked Tim Duncan, Chuck Daly,
Kobe.
Pat Riley. You think certain players is going to play for certain coaches and get away with what Luka gets away with? Like I said, I seen Steph Curry make the effort, even though he's terrible on defense. I see him make the effort. I see him get beat. I see guys post him up. I don't see him give up. I don't see him play Olay. This guy,
bad.
Yo, this might be worse than James Harden on the defensive end, man.
It is. It is.
So for me, you know, Jason Kidd get up there and okay, he said a little bit, but it's like, yo, you were too calm and cool. You're in the finals, bro. This ain't a regular season game. You just went down 0-3 against Boston without Porzingis at home.
But that's my problem, right? Because I was thinking about it yesterday when how, you know, Jerry West flamed JJ Redick, right? And my thing was with that is that JJ Redick was on First Take and he has all this smoke for Stephen A. Smith and the other guy. All right, cool, JJ. You know you're a smart guy, but where's that flame man for LeBron or anybody else that you oppose to on your podcast? Why you get like we get it? It's easy talking with Stephen A. Smith and this guy, Jason Kidd. Why? Where's the flame at? The same thing when Tim McMenamin, whatever his name is, he's a reporter. You were going crazy on him. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, John Q. Brian Windhorst went bananas on Luka last night.
Crazy.
Bananas.
Called him a hole on the court.
Oh my God.
Yo, man. Fabian, this is who we are. You're like, now the analysts are starting up. Remember, hopefully, see what's happening is the networks are plummeting. The ratings are terrible. So now you have to let the analysts actually do their job now. Because remember, it's too much wrestling, and you've been saying that forever, so I got to give you your props. So you got to remember, the top dogs is looking at social media and YouTube and Instagram and seeing the effect that it's having on the game, where people's going, I don't want to listen to ESPN. I'm going to go to AllBall TV. I'm going to go to Dreamers Pro. I'm going to go to Ticket TV. I'm going to go to all these platforms. The Knicks, I'm going to go to all these other platforms because they keeping it real and telling the truth. Now you get the analysts like Brian Windhorst, who hopefully now they're letting the chains go a little bit. Go ahead, be yourself. And now you can tell the truth.
I think Brian Windhorst, remember, they're up against, you know, the LeBron. Wait a minute. How you just pop up like that? How you just
Oh, nah, that's fire. I'm jealous. That's fire. Yo, we gotta fix this. No.
OGD what?
I need something.
Come on now.
I need something. Please, what up, baby? Good morning.
What up, baby?
Oh, I know what we're gonna do. I got one now. I got
OG
one.
need one. Come on.
Yeah, I get it. Now I got it.
I'm gonna be real. I'm so happy for my brother, but at the same time, I'm like this mother. That shit is so fire. Oh my God! Play it again one more time. Let me hear that.
Are we live?
Big Flea.
I love it.
OG.
We here.
Listen, man, we talking about the disgrace called Luka Doncic, Flea. We ain't even get to Kyrie yet because we could flame him. But Luka Doncic, Flea. Jesus Christ. What is that, Flea? Please explain to me. The basketball aficionado, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Big Flea, never the little one.
Never.
We saw little Luka out there for the last 3 games. What is going on?
Little Luka.
Yo, man, listen. I'm not going to say he's shitting the bed. What I am going to say is that I've never, ever seen a player of his magnitude, somebody who can control the entire game not on both ends of the floor defensively, but I'm talking about the entire game is controlled by him. every single possession, there is a conversation with the stripes. It's annoying. Like, it's annoying almost to, I know we had a conversation about, oh shit, I lost my train of thought. We had a conversation about, damn, I lost my train of thought that fast. Anyway,
Luka always has control of the ball. And when he doesn't, we saw last night what happens. They feed right into it.
Yeah, but he's the best player on the floor. He's talking to the referees every possession.
Hold on.
Every single possession.
Flea. Let me cut you off. I want you to finish. Are we sure he's the best player on the floor? Like, seriously.
Wait, hold on a second, guys.
Seriously.
Nostalgic Nick, hold on a second. Nostalgic Nick in the building. Remember, super chat. Remember, Luka didn't sign with LeBron sneaker deal. Wendy is with LeBron. He's saying Wendy signed a sneaker deal with LeBron. Nostalgic Nick has the most fire comment of the day so far.
Like,
hold on. Isaiah Jackson, he came through like the Jackson 5, just supporting the show to help it grow. By the way, Brunson was the Mavs superstar. Oh, I'm sorry. That takes the comment of the day. Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, they going crazy now.
Flea, let me ask you once again.
On,
big shout out to everybody in the comments. Flea, I gotta ask you one more time. Are we sure? And once again, out of everybody's basketball mind, whether it's mine, Fabian's, legends, we've been on live with all type of people. I respect yours the most. Are we sure Luka is the best player on the floor? The floor is yours, Flea.
Luka Doncic is crazy. Luka Doncic is crazy. Wow.
That's crazy. To answer you though, OG, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Because you know what? That's what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. I was trying to quickly say this, but I don't know if that dude is a winning player.
Ooh, hold on. Shout out to Hammer Time. Our guy, Rod guy.
Big shout out to Rod.
He's been saying that for years. He ain't nothing but another James Harden.
Like, okay, thank you for saying that.
Wow.
James was down here in Houston for like 7 to 8 years. And I always say to Fabian, at one point during his rise where he was scoring 36 a game and just being dynamic, it was hard to watch. That stuff last night started to get hard to watch. When Boston is whipping the ball around, moving the ball, moving without the ball, setting screens, getting Derek White open shots, getting Drew Holiday open shots. When they like moving the ball around, and then you look at the box score after the game, and both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have 30, but it don't feel like they combined for 60 because everybody is touching it. It doesn't look like that over in Dallas. Jason Kidd is grossly getting outcoached right now. Joe Mazzulla looks like looks like a genius. Looks like a genius right now. He's coaching circles around Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd's still running out Maxi Kleber. Like, there's a lot going on with that Mavericks team, y'all. There's a lot going on right now, and it's making me. I had Mavericks in 6. It's making me look foolish. All my brothers had Mavericks winning this series. None of us had Boston winning this series.
Well, you know what's sad? I didn't want to go with Boston because I'm a diehard Knicks fan and I could never root for Boston. But Lord have mercy. Let me say this. We've been saying this for a while. I don't want to say he's overrated, but we watched the game enough to see that Luka, certain players, the NBA helps expose. So meaning like they let Luka get away with murder. The way the game is officiated now with just how it's just all offense. So when these guys is getting 30 and 35, it's looking special when it's not. But then when you get to the NBA finals, you get exposed. And Flea, I'm going to be honest. Luka might, in the finals right now, Luka is the third best player. Jason Tatum is the best player right now in these finals. Then you go on Jason Tatum. Listen, man, these coaches and these owners need to start holding these players accountable, man. Listen, this is not going to get it. To get swept in the to get swept in the finals with two dynamic players where everybody thinks that these are the greatest guys they've ever seen in their life. People keep telling us Kyrie is the greatest they've ever seen with the ball. Luka better than Larry Bird and Dirk Nowitzki already. And you're about to be swept, even if you get a gentleman's sweep and lose in 5. How do y'all brothers feel about teams with two dynamic players like this losing this poorly in the finals?
I do have to say, Dirk at this age, he still wasn't. He was dynamic, but he still was having problems, and he was soft. So, but when they put him over Dirk, automatically it's like, bro, Dirk was 7 feet, coming down court. There was nothing you could do about him, and he wasn't crying to the ref. Well, actually, he did cry a little bit like this. But let me run down the list though. What I thought, the thoughts I had to myself was, Luka got coaches fired, the GMs retired, Kyrie's career comeback has now been cut short. The owner, Mark Cuban, sold his team, and now Tatum's poor performance in the finals really is poor at this point. That we got to talk about that, has been overlooked all because Luka is the GOAT crybaby. Never, who cries more than Luka Doncic ever in the history of the NBA?
It's bad.
I don't recall anybody.
A newborn baby. That's the only person that made cry more than him.
In the
it's bad. We commended Jason Kidd so much through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. He gets to the finals and acts like he forgets how to coach.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just say this real quick. I never commended J Kidd, and this is why he was let go everywhere he was at. This is why. I'm sorry if I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is why we got to start. Remember, AllBall TV, Fabian, Flea, me, we call it straight down the line. We always 100% real with it. This is why he was let go everywhere he was at. He looks like he doesn't belong there, Flea. He really does. He looks like he doesn't belong as a head. Listen, I don't see how difficult it is to coach two dynamic players like this. But this is where you show your coaching skill.
Listen,
I got a custom slack to Jason Kidd though, because
not me.
I don't see what he could really do. This is to me. If we have now, we got to get the devil's pie out. 90% is Luka Doncic. He's failing the Mavericks,
bro.
He by himself. Yes, Kyrie didn't show up for 2 games. That's on you, Luka.
No, hold on. No. We're not letting you do that. No, 90%. The coach has something to do with that. If you giving your Flea, you played at that level. If you got the better player on your team and the coach is letting him get away with murder where he ain't got to play no D, he ain't got to come in shape, he just do what he wants on offense, the coach plays a part in that.
It's clear. Okay, KP is hurt now. What does Joe Mazzulla do yesterday? He goes small. So now Kid can't hunt bad matchups. He can't put Kyrie and Luka in pick and roll and hunt matchups, because now he got enough guys to jump out there. Drew Holiday could jump out there. Derek White could jump out there. Jason Tatum could jump out there. Jaylen Brown could jump out. Shit, they have Al Horford moving them puppies, right? Like, so Mazzulla goes small and puts that Dallas team in a position where they can't hunt matchups. Now, if you get switched on Kyrie and Luka, you got to guard them. And they have 4 to 5 guys that could jump out there and guard them. Not saying that they could stop them, but they guarding them. And these guys are not showing up. Like, yes, I blame the players, but there's no way I should see Maxi Kleber on the floor for 5 to 6, 8-minute stretches. He's garbage. He's not good. He's still hurt. Go home, bro. You should not be gaining minutes in the finals. Go to the crib. It's crazy, yo.
Nah, go home is crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy,
yo. Imagine you being a coach and during the game, you just be like, you go to the bench like, yo, bro, just go home, bro.
Just go home.
Go home, bro.
He tells the assistant to tell you because he can't even want to talk to you.
Mike Finley, take him to the tunnel and just say, yo, just go ahead home, man. Just go ahead home.
Listen, this is bad for the NBA, man, and this is bad for the networks that they have these TV deals with. This is bad, man. Listen, when you get the parity where, okay, Kyrie against Boston, we trying to anoint Luka, the new Larry Bird, and you guys go out like this is bad, fellas. I'm sorry. It's no excuse. I'm not trying to hear nothing. I'm not giving nobody no flack. Kyrie, Luka, Jason Kidd, this is all on them. I give them all. I give Kyrie and J Kidd 30-30 or 25-25, and I give Luka 50.
What the pie look like, OG?
Kyrie 25, Jason Kidd 25, Luka 50.
Uh-huh.
That's fair. I'm going 90% Luka Doncic. I'm going 7% Kyrie Irving and 3% Jason Kidd, bro. They're the same team. They haven't changed. I thought that Luka understood this is a give and go thing. Last night was horrible. That game was winnable. He was trying to play hero ball.
Yes, it
Luka
was.
Doncic was trying to play hero ball. Kyrie had the hot hand. You wanted to be the MVP. You wanted to look a certain way. I don't know why you see. Now we're gonna get to Tatum in a second. As bad as he's been offensively, his style of play allows somebody else to shine. And Luka's style of play doesn't, to your point from earlier, Flea. And it's not just your style of play, it's your personality. You're such a baby and so spoiled that you can't see that Kyrie Irving has it going. He figured out whatever it was from the first 2 games in Boston, the veteran himself. And Kyrie got to get 7% of that blame, because how come you can't yell at Luka Doncic? You stand up for everything else. Stand up to him. Nobody can stand up to this guy.
Because he
That
feel
part
like
I don't understand.
he feels like he hasn't been showing up. So he feel like he owed Luka something in this series. And he came back last night and looked like Kyrie Irving last night.
But Flea, you don't. If you're Kyrie, you don't go, yo, give me the ball.
Yo, bro, listen, man. These dudes, no disrespect. I don't know any of them personally, but just from the outside looking in, a lot of these players, they think they already great and they think they did enough already. And this is why Kobe, the Black Mamba, is so great, and why people still revere him till this day. God rest his soul, because he never tried to act like he was above the game. He never tried to act like, my game can't get better. I can't do more. I can still win more. I can still grow more. These guys think they did it all already. Like right now, I hear arguments and topics where it's like, well, if this player stop playing now, he's already legendary. He's already this. He's already that. Listen, man, these guys don't care about being great no more, man. That's just what it is. I've been saying this for a while, and these finals proves it. I'm sorry. These guys don't care, man. They don't care. Jason Kidd sitting up there, too cool. This is the finals. This is the finals, man. This is the finals.
It almost feels like, beating Minnesota was enough. Like, just making the finals seems like it's enough for them. They're not, like, they go through stretches where they look like they're competing. I love the way they look down the stretch of that third quarter, right? They start playing, they start defending, they start getting stops, they start hitting shots, they start playing with a level of energy, right? If you play like that the entire series, maybe this is different. I don't know what the outcome would be, if they would be up 2-1, if they still would be down 0-3, but it will be the feel of the series. This shit over. This is over.
Done, yeah.
This is over.
This is done. I'm not even watching Game 4, bro.
Yo, OG, this is donezo. They'd be lucky to get a win on Friday. Lucky.
So
even if they do, I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead, Abe. I'm sorry.
No, even if they do, go ahead.
Yeah, they done Game 5 in Boston. It's over.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's over.
They're done.
It's a celebration in Beantown. So let's talk about the most skilled player ever, Flea. Let's talk about it now, because now we're talking about one of the most skilled defensive players of all time, giving them problems. And this is what my issue has always been when you're the most skilled player of all time and we just omit defense, including Luka Doncic. Kyrie, what is his biggest struggle? Because all I see out there is Boston playing one-on-one defense, and they switch on him, but they'll funnel him, and it's still they want Drew Holiday on about the third or fourth quarter, and it was mano for a second. But this is 2.5 games you did well, Kyrie. What do you think is the biggest struggle for Kyrie this series so far, Flea?
I think from what I saw last night, it looked like he figured out where in spots where he can take advantage of the defense. So it looked night and day from the first 2 games in Boston to last night. He was getting better looks. He seemed more aggressive. It didn't look like the defense was dictating what he was going to get. It looked like he was just going to get what he wanted. And I haven't seen that in the first 2 games. What I feel like was happening down the stretch was that they weren't getting any more movement. Like you said, Luka was starting to play hero ball. He was starting to take a lot of bad shots. And let's be real, he was missing bunnies. He was getting to the rim missing bunnies because he's worried about drawing contact and getting to the line. Go finish. Go get 2 points and get back on defense. This is my last point. I want to give it to OG. They are hunting Luka Doncic. They want whoever Luka is guarding, go get him the ball. Go get him the ball. Did y'all see Kid last night? Kid said, yeah, they are hunting him, and Luka has to guard. He has to guard, and he's not doing it. He's not doing it. I don't want to throw him any bail, but he doesn't look healthy. How he's moving up and down the court, he doesn't look 100% healthy moving around and doing what he's doing. So that's not bail, but he don't look good. It doesn't. What is he averaging right now? Close to 30, but it don't even feel good because it just doesn't, it's not affecting any winning. So listen, like I said, this series is over, man. Let's get ready for the draft. Let's get ready for free agency. Let's get ready for the next season next year. This shit is over. And 2020, put a wrap on a 2023-24 season, man. This shit over.
There's too many times in this series the game was so close for the rib injury to be brought up. AllBall, before you answer, do you think the Boston Celtics crowd was rocking Kyrie in Boston? Because there's no crowd to go back and forth with in Dallas. That's your home team.
Well, listen, man, he's been in a game 7 in Golden State down 3-1. So I don't think the crowd has nothing to do with it. These guys been professional their whole life. What happened is, let's go back to Kyrie Irving with the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant when he said, we don't need a coach, right? These guys think they're that great to where they don't need help. Luka and Kyrie just prove that those two are not good enough to win a championship. They need help. Simple and plain. And that's what's going on. You ran into a superior team that's constructed correctly, that got great players over there, and y'all two think y'all can win with 4-5 high school players. Because in y'all mind, y'all that arrogant that y'all think y'all that great. To me, that's the difference. Straight up and down. I think Kyrie and Luka think they the greatest basketball players that ever live. They carry themselves like that. And it's proven they're not even the best duo in basketball at this point. It's Tatum and Brown. So, no, I'm not giving them no excuse with the injuries. And we ain't talking about no crowd, no none of that. Nah, these dudes need to humble themselves. Kobe and Michael Jordan was coached. These guys think they too good enough to be coached. I'm pretty sure these guys are being meetings with the owners going, nah, we'll need more help. We good. I guarantee you some of them are saying that. So, for me, that's the problem. My opinion.
I agree there. I absolutely agree.
Let's get to the Celtics side of things because number one, the disrespect from you media guys, even after game 1 and 2, to ever even have Luka in the top 3 MVP conversation was insane. He didn't play any defense. Everybody on the Celtics is playing defense. It's a shame that they were trying to still prop up Luka Doncic on NBATV.com. But AllBall, do you think that Jaylen Brown has earned his contract, that $57.2 million a year, now that we are game 3 of the NBA Finals?
Please let me answer this. I want to apologize to Jaylen Brown. In Boston, seen something that we all didn't see. They paid the better player. He's the best player on the Boston Celtics. I thought I would never say that. Yes, Jason Tatum is a better talent. But if we're just talking about better player overall, who looks like they're always aggressive, always in attack mode, always willing to give it they all, not shy, not timid, willing to take the big shot, willing to play defense, is Jaylen Brown. The Boston Celtics made the right choice. We have to start putting more respect on Jaylen Brown's name. He was a laughingstock last year with the left hand thing, and he's not top 10, top 15, and like his name just gets left in all topics. Jaylen Brown is the best player in this series. And we just have to put more respect on his name. And at this point, yes, he's earned that contract. Because what we always say, Fleet, and I've been saying this, When you pay guys like that, that's to win championships. That's not to win regular season games, conference finals. Yes, he earned it. And right now, Jaylen Brown is the best player and the leader of the Boston Celtics. It is not Jason Tatum.
Flea, Brown is the best shooting guard in the league right now. True or false?
I don't know. I'd have to look at that. You know me. I'm not with the outlandish takes and the jumping out the windows. I'm not with that. Like I know what I'm looking at. Brown is excellent. Brown can't do this without Tatum and what he's providing as well. Tatum takes attention from Brown. And I'm talking about on the basketball court. You can't double anybody. You can't double anybody over there on Boston. You double, you're gonna pay. But this is not to take away from Jaylen Brown. He's been excellent throughout the entire playoffs, all season long, to be honest. Every time I turned around, Jaylen Brown has been hitting big shots, taking big shots, defending the opposing team's best player. Right? He's picking Luka up 94 feet. I don't know if y'all peeping that.
Hey, Fleet, can I say something before I run? So you can respond just real quick. When Fabian asks, is he the best shooting guard in the league, right? And you gotta just take a look at that. Let me just say this.
Yep.
From my memory, I'm going back to Michael Jordan. My opinion, there's only 3 superior shooting guards that I think was superior over everybody. That's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Allen Iverson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every other shooting guard needed a lot of help from D Wade. We seen Devin Booker when he didn't have help. So I'm gonna be honest. What's your opinion on that? As far as like, okay, we know Jaylen Brown needs Tatum. I agree with you with that. But all these shooting guards couldn't do it without a tremendous lot of help.
I agree.
I think Jaylen Brown is the best shooting guard in the league. It's just hard to say that because we so fixated on seeing all the guys, the Bookers, and all that stuff.
Yeah, well,
I'm sorry to respond.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, y'all know I'm high on Anthony Edwards. So for me, right now, it would be hard to just say Brown is a better player than Anthony Edwards. I think everything that Jaylen Brown can do, Anthony Edwards can do as well. So that's why I was like, I got to look at that. But in terms of just right now, and like you said, OG, we got to be talking about in the present.
No. Hold on, Fleet. Why is Anthony Edwards better? I don't think Anthony Edwards averaged that much more than Jaylen Brown. Now, he may be more athletic and more fun to watch. But if we talking playing both ends of the floor, I'm just trying to please help me understand why is Anthony Edwards better than Jaylen Brown? Because remember, these are the same conversations we have when people say certain players are better than Brunson. Okay, Absolutely. It may look better, but if the impact is just as the same, tell me why Anthony Edwards is better.
I would just say Anthony Edwards is better overall. The dude is 22 years old, and he's doing everything that y'all love about Jaylen Brown. He does it, for me, times 2. Like he's defending. He's always been defending the opposing team's best player. Maybe he takes turns with McDaniels, but so does Brown. Don't act like Brown don't take nights off and Tatum has to sit in the chair and really go and defend Paul George or go and defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or go and defend Kyrie Irving. Like Tatum takes on those matchups too, but we don't want to give him no credit on the defensive end because, like you always say, OG, how it looks. Brown is so aggressive, and you know what I'm saying, he's so physically locked in. When you look at the TV, you look like, oh damn, that dude cares. But because Tatum is not walking around with the frown and the growl and the all that Kobe nostalgic feel, now is Tatum good? Is he not? Like, I don't think that's fair. Like, he has a completely different demeanor and approach to how he plays the game. But in terms of Brown, man, like currently right now, Jaylen Brown playing the best basketball out of any player in the that's remaining in the finals.
Well, that was a great segue to who you got as MVP right now.
I'm rolling with Jaylen Brown.
I'm not mad at a co-MVP with him and Drew Holiday.
Oh, I don't like that.
Because
I don't like that.
Well, Tatum right now, just to get on him before we get out of here, because I want your opinion. He's regressed offensively. I don't know if he's injured, but this is not the same Tatum. I don't know if he has a nagging injury or whatever it is. This ain't the same Tatum. Yes, he penetrates in the paint and he gets the guys going open and everything. I get that. But they're all two-way players. There's 5 to 7 of these guys that are two-way players on the Boston Celtics, which makes them amazing. And Holiday and Brown, they're at the top of the list, and they haven't let up on their responsibilities on both ends of the floor. So it's hard for me to choose, especially when I see down the stretch or important stretches of the game. Holiday is getting rid of, he's Xing out Kyrie Irving one-on-one. Jaylen Brown is picking up Luka Doncic defensively, yes, and he's providing some offense, but that game 2 from Drew Holiday cannot be overlooked.
No, that
cannot be overlooked.
That 26 points, that, what he did defensively, all of that. No, absolutely right. That can't go overlooked at all.
But you hate the co-MVP. I got to choose one. I'm playing around.
I can't roll with that. Not when they've been knocking on the door for years. They finally get it, and now one of either Brown or Tatum got to share it with Drew. Oh, I'm not like, you're not wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. But do I like it? Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I get it, but here's what I forgot, right? Tatum in the last couple of years, it's amazing. He hasn't had one of these crazy games. That's how I know something's wrong with him, or he's just off, because at the very least, he's been always on a roller coaster. Crazy game, then like kind of like off game. Crazy game, off game. He hasn't had a crazy game really against the Celtics. Against the Pacers, I know he had 36 and 10 and 0 turnovers. But the other thing with that is, he hasn't done that. He kind of regressed. And Brown took a step up. Drew Holiday is a gap up. And now I think we've been having that back and forth for a minute. Marcus Smart, the defense with Marcus Smart, this is a notch above. And then on the offensive end, Drew Holiday is not turning the ball over. Drew Holiday is not, he's running, he's a part of the offense, not stopping the flow of the offense. Marcus Smart is, yes, he's an alpha, but he was doing too much. There was like 3 straight turnovers against the Bucks that he cost them a game. Cost them a playoff game.
Yes.
Drew Holiday hasn't cost them a damn thing.
Yo,
those 2 gaps, Brown getting better, Drew Holiday filling in for Marcus Smart. That's why I'm conflicted. Like, I'm not mad at either one getting it, but now that I'm talking to you, Brown can't just be left out of it. It's either co-MVP or he gets it by himself.
I got a question before we get out of here, and we might be able to end on this. Back in the 2022 NBA Finals, first time Boston was there with this assimilation of this team. Not the same team. Obviously, Drew Holiday's not there. KP is not there. But Ime Udoka was hunting Steph Curry for maybe 1 or 2 games. Boston was up 2-1 at one point in that series. And he was hunting Steph Curry a lot, right? Putting him in pick and roll, putting him in positions where he had to guard. And then he stopped. And he just stopped doing it. Joe Mazzulla has hunted Luka from the word go and has not stopped. Does that make Joe a better coach than Ime? Is he a better fit for this Boston Celtics team? I want your take on that, because like, if they continue to hunt Steph, I don't know if the series changes, but like, Steph told them dudes, enjoy your last win, because he knew that the next 3 games was his, right? Like, Luka in his mind does not think that he could win 4 in a row. He does not think that right now. So what do you think about how good Joe Mazzulla has been as, leading this team?
Well, we talked about it. He was able to pick Sam Cassell and Charles Lee in the offseason. That's major. He was able to choose his own coaching staff. Doc Rivers was just on Bill Simmons reacting to the game last night, and he said that he's able to pick his coaching staff this summer or after the middle of the season. He pointed a lot. He made a lot of points about the Milwaukee Bucks, but specifically that Some of those guys were Adrian, not Dantley, Adrian Griffin's guys.
Griffin, yeah.
So that has to be. We talked about it a week ago. There's no way possible that doesn't affect you as a coach. These aren't my guys. I can't get them to echo what I want. And now you got Cassell there, and you got Charles Lee there, who is now you have a head coach at the assistant coach position. You know that he's prepping to impress somebody as a head coach. That in itself is amazing. They spoke to Sam Cassell, told Doc Rivers that Joe Mazzulla holds everybody accountable. That was the number one thing about Ime Udoka that we always like. There's no way he doesn't hold everybody accountable. He looks like a lunatic out there. Like you better respect Ime Udoka. And Joe Mazzulla doesn't come off as intimidating as Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka looks like he has some presence to him. So the fact that he is getting through to them is amazing. Back to that Golden State Warriors season, I said it in real time. Why are they playing drop coverage on Steph Curry? That is the worst kind of defense you can play on Steph Curry. You ain't playing drop coverage on Luka. So I don't know if it was a young thing. Also, they didn't have Drew Holiday, man.
They did not.
They didn't have Drew Holiday. So that's a part of it too. But that's tough. You definitely got to give Joe Mazzulla the nod right now.
Coaching
Ime Udoka.
He's coaching circles around this dude, around kid right now. Circles.
It's bad. I did want to touch on real quick with Tatum. I get it. He's guarding 1 through 5. I'm not overlooking any of that, by the way, guys. But just there's no way you can give him MVP. He's not, Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday they're popping wheelies on a 2-way street. Our guys on a 1-way street. He's only playing one side of the ball. We got to be honest about it. He's struggling on the offensive end. Also, I just believe that I don't know if the Celtics are that great. I don't know if these teams of the last 5 years are that great, but they're great for the season, if that makes sense. I look at the Knicks a little bit like this also, just to mention them before I move on to them. I'll ask you a question before you move on. It's kind of reminding me of the Nets when the Bucks won. The Nets injuries allowed the Bucks to win, and I feel like we could have beaten the Boston Celtics, man. Like they give up they do lapses. I don't think they're disciplined from the beginning to the end, and that's why I thought the Mavericks had a chance, but they're not disciplined. They're not disciplined.
Well, that's why I always said that Boston were frauds, because 64 win team, and they always allow you to stay in ball games. I didn't know that they didn't show me all year long that they had this notch. Like they going up another notch with against this Mavericks team. They're going up another notch. Just the way they're playing.
I gotta be honest. Okay. I saw Jaylen Brown tell Draymond Green mid-season, I think at the All-Star game, yo, what you did to us, that changed us. Because I shout out to Hammer Time. He was saying that too. Draymond Green punked them dudes. He punked them Boston Celtics. And remember, to your point, not only did Ime Udoka and them play drop coverage and give him the victory, Draymond Green lost the game. He said, I was shook by that crowd. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the part of Draymond Green that I like.
How do you not fall into that and say, damn, okay, the crowd had him a little flustered. Let's buy into that. Let's keep. How do you not?
Well, again,
and allow
your point. But look at the question you asked me. Is Mazzulla doing a better job than Ime Udoka? He certainly learned, because they took advantage of Kyrie Irving. They got him up out of there. He's like, I really believe the crowd, him going back and forth with the crowd was distracting him. And all of that to me is like, now imagine if Luka's seeing that. Now he has an excuse to go be distracted as well. You're the vet. All that, we'll see you in game 5.
Yeah.
that might be where the celebration is at, bro. It's just, I'm really hurt by it, because I chose them. We wanted to see Kyrie win, to be honest with you. I want to see him win. Don't ever get that twisted. I want to see my guy win, man.
Yeah,
that's home.
We absolutely wanted to see Kyrie Irving win. So
that's the home team. Plus, we don't want to see Boston win. Are you crazy?
Yeah, we're Knicks fans. Like no. But
so they're done.
Put a fork in them. They might get a win on Friday just to extend the series. But this thing is over. This thing is over. They might win 2 in a row. I'm telling you, they might win 2 in a row and get people to have some type of conversation. But this series is over.
So real quick, we mentioned them. You know we can't go on an episode without them. Ain't no games. I know Flea got 2 minutes with us. Hold on, let me speed this up.
Fabian.
All right, enjoy your day. And so this is my guy. That's not a Knicks recap. This is Knicks chat. He put out an interesting tidbit, which I didn't see until he said it. This guy always fills us in about. I'm 41. He always fills us in about the latest news and just always on point.
Signed with CAA. Oubre just signed with CAA basketball, which means he is now a part of the CAA mafia, and it also means he is going to be a free agent target for the New York Knicks. The only way they'll be able to sign him is if they do have that full non-taxpayer mid-level exception. The first year starts at about $13 million per year, and over 4 years, it could pay out a maximum of $55 million. And I would be really intrigued by the idea of signing Oubre. Only way that could happen, though, is if the Knicks do waive Bojan Bogdanovic. And I think it could make a lot of sense. Oubre, a much better defender, still just 28 years old. He could bring you a versatile piece off the bench at 6'7". He can get out and run in transition. But I worry about his three-point shooting, a career 32% shooter from downtown. I wonder if that messes up the spacing. But I want to hear from you. Do you want Oubre on the Knicks? Let me know in the comments section.
That's our guy. I gotta put him in the description. Knicks chat. I mean, he has more than enough followers. He don't need me, but like we said yesterday, we show everybody love. Flea, what do you think, real quick, about Kelly Oubre? His contract right now, he's at $2 million, but like he said, he signed with CAA. Somebody in the comments, nostalgic Nick, you saying he signed for $12 million? You got the inside scoop, my brother? What's going on?
Philly would be nuts to let Oubre walk. But yeah, I would love him on our basketball team. I think those are the type of signings that you make if you're the Knicks. That's the type of signing you make. You don't, you don't go out there and blow up the whole team if you don't get a needle mover. I don't think Kelly Oubre is that needle mover, but he's definitely an addition to what we do. Definitely a way better defender than Bogdan. Obviously not the shooter Bogdan can be, but Kelly was great for Philly this past season. Great. And he's really been great everywhere he's, really been, to be honest. He was great for Charlotte, right? They were a bad team, but he played really well. Yeah, I like the addition personally.
I believe that the way they were talking about his defense, it was a little bit, I don't want to say overrated, but it was okay. I wasn't that impressed with him, but man, oh man, great backer for OG. He's just he's speedy, athletic. We're missing that in the Garden. The OG slam dunks, the Oubre slam dunks, they get it going, man. They get it going. That's what we need. That guy cutting to the basket, getting everybody. When we get offensive rebounds, he'll get it back. He moves around. He can cut to the basket a lot. We don't have too many players that could dive and finish. And that's what I mean when no disrespect to Kyrie. But when you're bigger, it is what it is. Bigger guys can flush it on you. And he's exciting. 94 feet, Oubre. He can pick him up 94 feet. Not a great three-point shooter, exactly. That's the thing. I disagree with our guy on Knicks chat. Replacing Bojan with him. I think his name is Bojan, by the way. I've been hearing him say Bojan. That's tough.
Bodega Bogey.
Bro, Bogey. He got one of them. Remember Steve Novak? He got one of them triggers, man. Bogey got that trigger that's just from it. Quick trigger, man. I'll miss that. I don't want to just replace him with Oubre. We need shooting. He said wave Bojan. But then we'll pay him $2 million for nothing. We can retain the $19 million and trade it and try to even it up. Maybe sign and trade something. But maybe he'll learn a little bit more defense with Tibbs as well. Like Tibbs will sniff you out, and Tibbs will be the one that'll say, I don't want that guy. He'll tell you if he's a Tibbs guy. He just.
I think Tibbs has earned that. I think Tibbs has earned that right to say yay or nay if Leon Rose says, "Hey, we want to add Kelly Oubre. What do you think?" I think he's earned that right.
He's been dead. He's been spot on, man. He's been spot on. Every time he says this guy's not a guy or whatever, he's been spot on. And he just likes people that work. You know, the mysterious bike incident, though, kind of, you ain't getting away with that in New York City, Oubre. It won't just be one ring camera.
He's been getting in accidents all year long. That wasn't one. There was another one, I think.
They say like the bike ride and stuff. He's a bike rider out there. Kelly Oubre stats real quick. Has he gotten better from shooting the three? I didn't realize he was in the game. He's that old?
What 28 maybe?
Oh, 28. Okay, but he got 10 seasons in the league. So he came out of high school?
No, he did 1 year at Kansas.
Fleas be on point, man. That's crazy. I didn't even know he was drafted by the Hawks.
Yeah, but the Wizards had that pick. So the Wizards, he was drafted. He played with John and Brad and Otto Porter. That was his rookie year. And John and Brad was still halfway good.
I really liked them on the Hornets because
he played well for them.
Yeah, his Golden State Warriors thing kind of dropped his value, but for the Hornets, he stood out for me. He stood out. He shoots 32% for his career. He needs to stop shooting 3-pointers. 5 rebounds a game. 1 offensive rebound, 3.6 defensive rebounds. I think that's the key for him right there. 5 rebounds a game. He's 6'7". That's where I'm at with it. 5 rebounds a game is tough. Oubre, didn't Oubre get stabbed? No, I don't. Did he? I know he got hit by when he was on a bike or something like that.
Now he's saying he got shot and stabbed. Come on.
Kelly Oubre crashed his Lamborghini at 2 a.m. in New York City. How? And he got hit by a car a year before that with his mysterious injury. Yeah, that is true. That he was at 2 a.m. during the playoffs. Yep, his job here is to defend and rebound. That's how I feel about him. I think 4 years, $55 million, it will be decent. But again, we need them shooters, man. We need them shooters. That's the only thing you can defend and rebound. I think there's a Kelly Oubre in the draft too. That's my other thing with that. For all that, well, these guys, Leon Rose, they're not playing about who they're drafting and what kind of contracts they're going to sign, what kind of contracts they're offering. They learned a lot from the Donovan Mitchell negotiations, I believe, because the OG for RJ and IQ flip is amazing. It's amazing. But I think if we're gonna get Oubre to rebound and defend, we can find the younger guy for less amount of money, and it won't hurt the cap as much.
Would you offer IQ an offer sheet this summer?
Come on, man. You got to think about they're gonna negotiate with IQ. You got to think about that because we don't have a backup point guard. Tyus Jones is too expensive. And if Tyus Jones is too expensive, who gets more money in
expensive?
Yeah. Tyus Jones is gonna command a lot of money.
No, he's not. He's not. There's no way. No way.
How much do you think he gets?
Huh?
How much do you think he gets?
I don't know. 10 to 15 a year. Tyus Jones is a serviceable starter, but a absolute backup point guard. Ain't no way he gonna put somebody in a position that the Wizards were garbage last year. They were the worst team in the NBA. Nah. He's a good pickup for a good team, but he ain't gonna command no real money. I don't think. But and then is IQ okay with being a backup to Jalen Brunson after starting the whole season starting for the remainder of the season with Toronto? Like, is he okay with that?
I think that Canada tax is crazy. It's even crazy the New York tax and also the culture tax. I don't know if Toronto feels like New York for him. He loves New York. Emmanuel quickly loves New York City. He came to our playoff game in Philadelphia.
Sure did.
Julius Randle and him. Julius Randle, that's his bros. RJ obviously is from there, so I don't see him, and his pops played at St. John's, but I think the connection for IQ was different, man. He grew here. Another guy, the thing about IQ, he got better every single season. And that was my thing with Jaylen Brown. I forgot to mention that before. Anybody who gets better every year and shows it and is unafraid, unapologetic about it, you don't have to be loud. You don't have to be, and Jaylen Brown is, bombastic. IQ is as well. IQ is a crowd guy. He goes crazy with the crowd. I think he misses the Garden, man. I think he misses the Garden, bro. And he's gonna. I think a 2-year deal might be on the horizon for him. He might sign for the cheap, man. 2 years, 34 million, something like that.
It's interesting though, because we desperately need a backup guard who can come in and fill it up. So I'd be happy to see him. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to close it out. Why would IQ go from playing the backup? Are we live?
Big Flea, never the little one.
Sir.
Why would IQ go from the playing the backup when he's just been a starter already? We have to be realistic. Plus, the Magic is checking for him anyway. I get it, LB. I get it. But I'm just creating a reason why. I think being a part of something, being a part of winning, I think that has to factor for people, man. I just think it does. Of course, it can be unrealistic, but if I'm gonna speculate and look for a reason why, that would be why. Why not would be your exact reason. If he wants to start and he believes in himself being a starter, going competing against Jalen Brunson, then you're absolutely right, LB. How the hell can we argue that? Because it's all speculation at this point. It's all speculation and hope. Because to be a backup point guard, imagine him with this lineup now. We saw how everything opened up for Brunson and Randall. Everything would open up for IQ. And he's not doing, he didn't really do that well in Toronto. He didn't really do that well in Toronto as a starter. He can hide a lot more with the Knicks. He's not a great one-on-one defender, but he's handsy. He gets his hands on a lot of passes, a lot of handles. I'm just speculating though, LB. But he was looking for the $24-25 million that Brogdon was getting, who at this point who does Brogdon think he is? Are you a starter in the league? And if you want to be that, you're going to be on Toronto, you're going to be on Portland, that's how you're going to win, because you need a lot more help to validate that $24-25 million. Because right now they got Scotty Barnes has to develop, and Scotty Barnes is like a super talent. Do not get me wrong, but he's not super skilled and he's not super IQ. They're missing a lot. RJ Barrett went crazy over there. He's shooting ridiculously, but like I said, when he was on the Knicks, he's a third option at best. Because that you don't perform like that, and you're still horrible. The team is. They're missing some pieces, and we're not. I mean, we are missing the IQ piece, but the backup point guard, man, that's tough. But we're missing a guy to go out there and to spell Brunson, man. And remember, the Brunson IQ lineups were dope. I'm definitely not mad at us talking about him. No, what could be realistic is DeMar coming off the bench for us. I don't think DeMar's a free agent, though. That would cost a lot, LB. Right? Or unless he is a free agent. DeMar DeRozan contract. He isn't a free agent. No, he is a free agent. You're right. Ooh. And DeMar brings the ball up. And DeMar is tough. Like his mid-range. You know my only beef with that is LB? And Flea's not here. Flea's gonna curse me out. He's gonna curse the camera out, the phone out. And he might jump back in after I say this. It's with Tibbs. Because DeRozan's all right defensively, but on the offensive end, you got to draw plays, and you got to know at the end of the game, DeRozan can win a game for you. And he's a threat in the mid-range. Are you going to call more plays for DeRozan in the mid-range? He's a weapon. And I'm not sure if Tibbs is good at rotating and then saying, hey, let's do this lineup to have you guys play for DeRozan for this amount of time. I don't know if we had a one-on-one player like that either. Brunson's the only one. DeRozan will be in that realm, but to your point, DeRozan might be washed. He might be in the first cycle, Isaiah. We'll go on his way to the second. To your point, Isaiah, you might be on to something with that. IQ isn't starting on a playoff-worthy team. He would need a lot of help around him. What is he bringing that we can't draft? Experience. And the hunger for that title, Isaiah. I think the intangibles to that has to be. Right? Because I understand where you're coming from. He's not a great three-point shooter. So again, now he's the court is shrinking once again. DeRozan's not a great three-point shooter. He's not. At least IQ has that top of the key three-point shot. The corner shot was okay, but Deuce was improving on that too. Deuce was filling in and improving that three-point from the three-point range. We got OG out there. Obviously, it's just having the 3-and-D guys. But that's easier said. That's just easier said. Like everyone can't just be a 3-and-D guy. Knicks are definitely drafting a wing. And we need a ball handler, right? We need somebody that I think I would love. That's why you like DeRozan. The idea of DeRozan is he's a tall guy that can handle the rock, but he just can't shoot. I don't know. I know slow-mo's out there, but be for real, dog. KD has the same experience, and he was a playing team with far better skills. Experience ain't enough. Well, but I don't think of KD having the same demeanor as DeRozan. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I just think DeRozan needs the right team around him more so than anything else, because his skill set is tough just to be a mid-range guy in this era with the zone defense out there. Do you think other players see New York as a title contender, or is that just fan speculation? The way they talk, no. I think the other teams, some of them might. As if you look at the 76ers, you go, yo, if Embiid is healthy, right? They're a championship contender. Right? If Embiid is healthy. So why wouldn't they say that about the Knicks? They'll think of OG as an experience, and Jalen Brunson was just a one-off, and they'll compare him to Isaiah Thomas, the Celtics one, respectfully. I can see how people, work their way out of that. But the next decade is going to be interesting, especially the next 5 to 7 years is going to be crazy because look at the last 5 years and the champions in this decade. No repeat champion so far, or that's already guaranteed, right? You can't really sign 2 or 3 guys. The whole super team era is going to be done unless you draft everybody. So what other way would you be able to win a title than for a team that has a culture and a team set? And you go, you know what? If I take less money, I can show y'all I'm willing to play and sacrifice to go win and sign a 2-year deal or whatever it is. I think we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see an elite player in the next 2 or 3 years turn down a crazy bag just to win a championship and go get the real bag. I think we're going to see that because what's the point of playing basketball when you're great and you're going to be frustrated with $400 million and you have to hear about it from us because you're not going to be able to escape anything. We tweet about everything. We Instagram everything. Everybody's on Instagram. Everybody's on social media as much as they claim they don't or they're not. You're going to have to hear about us. So turning down a little money can help you. And again, nobody's saying this. Nobody, I don't know why nobody's talking about it. I would love to speak to somebody who understands the CBA for real, because the players are now able to participate in the equity of a team, in the equity of an organization, and you don't even have to play for the organization. So I'm wondering when that's going to go into play. I really am. Like Jalen Brunson can really own a piece of the Lakers if he wanted to, and vice versa. LeBron can own a piece of the Knicks. They have venture capitalism going on with the players. I would imagine that the owner is in charge of it, right? James Dolan. Again, what if he says, yo, here you go, here's 5% of the New York Knicks for the players that want to sign in for cheaper, and they participate in some sort of venture capital, some minority ownership arm, especially with the Knicks when we're already the most valuable franchise when we're on high fever pitch. If we're winning and we're contending every year, forget about it. Forget about it. That's why the Yankees go crazy. Part of it is the Knicks thing. A part of it is the culture. A part of it is the branding. Like the Dallas Cowboys is the branding, and the Knicks. We're just nuts. I really don't know why we're that relevant. I thought we were just crazy New Yorkers. Like, why would I root for any other team? Because the other guys, it's all about winning. All the top teams, right? But I've always looked into that. I hope somebody else can look into that about players being able to own 5% of an organization. Will, AllBall TV family. Good morning to the guys. Peace to the chat. Hey, good morning to you, Will. Have a blessed day. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. And of course, if you're on a PC, you're on a computer, you can join the AllBall TV family. Hit that join button. You're more than welcome to get that blue star like Will Lattimore. Huh? Feels way more luck-based now, to be honest. I kind of hate it. Well, you need a little luck. If you're talking about the Knicks run, you need luck. You need luck because it's like we were injured. We weren't injured, right? Everybody didn't get injured. We were unlucky also, if you feel that way, Isaiah. Come on. If Randall was healthy and OG's healthy, the whole thing is different, man. Peace. What up, Allah? Where's my guy? Yeah, he shouted me out crazy over here. Where's my guy? Where you at? I'm scrolling up. I don't see you, man. I think was it John? What up, John Pettit? What's going on? Here he goes. I mean, with the new rules and team building. Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be a lot more luck based now. Correct. And just picking the they're gonna have to deal with a lot of young guys and figure that out. It's gonna be crazy. And that's what the Lakers thing also was with trying to hire Dan Hurley. I saw Brian Windhorst say, or Shams, somebody said they should have offered him $100 million. I think that makes a lot of sense if you're trying to build a team of young guys and you have someone who already recruited a bunch of them and was studying a bunch of them in college. He would have a better edge on the projection of all these kids. And when they come to the NBA as professionals, he would say, well, I think these skill sets translate because they translated out of UConn. They translated out of this, all the Big East teams and whoever he played. And he'll be able to, speak to it from that manner because he looks like a real studied guy. And from what Isaiah's saying, there's a lot of luck involved with the new rules to build a team, a winning team, because we don't have 5 or 7 years yet. There's going to be a response to all these rules in the next 5 or 7 years. We're going to hear about a lot of, ways to wrap around different rules in the CBA, salary cap rules. We're going to start learning that in real time because it's just like anything else. Humans, I think we're naturally exploitative, right? And you look for a way to win around these rules. So, yeah. Great point, Isaiah, with the luck base. I really feel you with that one now. IQ is coming back to win a chip. Brunson is taking a pay cut for a superstar. We don't need a superstar, man. I really don't care for a superstar at all. Listen, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I don't care about winning a championship the wrong way. I hate that. I hate it. Like the Celtics did not win the wrong way. Jaylen Brown and Tatum, they kept those two guys and they built everybody else around them. Derek White feels like he's been there for such a long time now. They traded him from the Spurs a couple of years ago and he was good for the Spurs. But that's their core and they built their way around it. So they got their two superstars, of course, but they did it the right way. Joe Mazzulla was an assistant coach when Ime Udoka had to go. Brad Stevens was a head coach. Then he moved up to the general manager. By the way, Brad Stevens is the last guy that the Lakers were probably thinking about. Brad Stevens was at Baylor. Boston gets him. Now he's in the front office. And you have Brad Stevens leaving a trail behind him that was Ime. Then it was Joe Mazzulla. And now there's just, right? Brad Stevens is looking like Theo Epstein from baseball. It just amazing. That's an amazing way to go. What Isaiah just said though, it is really sparking some thoughts for me. With the new rules, a lot of luck is involved, and just how do you go about limiting the luck or working with that luck? Because the draft is always going to be luck. Yeah, thank you for that, Isaiah. I'm gonna really be thinking about that for like the rest of the week. Because you sparked something just now. Fit and chemistry is going to be key for all teams going forward with the new CBA. I mean, it always has been, Will. Like, Flea hates when I say I hate the Miami Heat from the early 2010s. And, Eric Spoelstra is another guy who feels like a college coach. He feels like he's like Brad Stevens on the low. And I saw LeBron break down how the year after they lost to the Mavericks, it wasn't just him that had to improve. Spoelstra was the one that said Chris Bosh and Shane Battier are shooting to the corners on a fast break. They're not to stop. They're not to go to the paint. They're doing a lot of what they did now. Like before the Warriors, they were doing that. And going to your point, Will, fit and chemistry. I don't think D Wade and LeBron, to me, their chemistry was usually on a fast break and on defense. They knew that they can get 6 to 12 points a night, and that's where they fit. But on the offensive end, the half-court offense, there wasn't a lot of fit and chemistry because naturally one of them had the ball too much. So I've never liked the Miami Heat chemistry unless it was LeBron on the court by himself on the 1-4 flat or the 5 and out, whatever they call that. I'm trying to figure out, how to break down those plays, but it was always a switch with LeBron trying to switch, get the right matchup, and of course he could pass him anywhere. So fit and chemistry off the court, there was probably a lot of that with Miami, but on the court in the half court, that's always been a thing for every single team. The Bulls, the 2014 Spurs are highly underrated. That I almost feel like they could beat anybody. They were crazy, especially with these rules. So you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but even if the Bulls showed up in 2014, I'm an advocate of you gotta respect the fact that these teams were designed for their rules and their era. The Bulls of the 90s were not designed to play a zone defense and go play 48 minutes and have 8-9 guys rotate. Right? Everybody didn't handle the ball like that. Rodman was out there. Wennington or Luke Longley was out there. You couldn't have them both on the court in the 2010s. Kukoc would have been all right. They could have ran a 5-man lineup with Kukoc and Rodman and Pippen and Ron Harper and Jordan. Okay, but then you need 4 more other guys to fill in and really get this chain going. So fit and chemistry with the rules, that's a big deal. That's a big deal, Will. Don't forget IQ in the playoffs. What do you mean the wrong way? The Celtics have 2 superstars. What's the problem? No, they didn't do it the wrong way. I think they did it the right way. They had their 2 superstars and they kept like they was like a sculpture. They kept chipping away. We just spoke about, I don't know if you caught on late, LB. That Jaylen Brown taking a leap the way that he did in the last 2 seasons over the summer, working with his left hand, being able to turn over his right shoulder and turn over his left shoulder for Jaylen Brown and stop and survey. He welcomes the double team and then kicks the ball out. For Jaylen Brown to do that is amazing. To finish at the basket going left is amazing, right? So he took a leap up. And also, the Celtics took a leap up at the point guard position from Marcus Smart to Drew Holiday. That's a gap up. There's a clear gap up with Drew Holiday with IQ. His IQ is just way more impressive than Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart he cost them playoff games, literally, by just taking the ball and doing whatever he wanted to do. That was insane. Drew Holiday's not doing that. Drew Holiday is highly efficient. The defensive end, there's a gap up, a more disciplined defender. He's not going to overreact. He's not going to overreach. Just tough. And then you have him alongside Derek White. You see the difference. You see the difference a year makes. So they didn't build anything wrong. They built them perfectly. And then they're just missing a little more toughness, but they're about to win it all. I can't say they did it wrong at all. I said the Miami Heat did it wrong to me. I thought that LeBron and D-Wade, they were forcing it, which sounds crazy because they won 2. Brunson needs more help to realistically win a chip. Hell yeah. Yeah, but it might be in Julius Randle nostalgic. And remember, like I was not a Julius Randle guy. The Knicks, all I was ever saying was Julius Randle's a 3rd option, or he could come off the bench. He could be a 6-man. And the Knicks have made it so that he's a 3rd option. He's their 3rd best player, I should say. Because if everybody's healthy, it's the best players on the Knicks. If everyone is healthy, it's Brunson and OG Anunoby. You could flip-flop them if everybody's healthy. And they're going on all cylinders. Either one of them, OG's a 2-way player. And the 3rd best, to me, healthy, is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson is impacting both sides of the court with the offensive rebounding, extending the offensive possession. And of course, on defense, we can do the Embiid. He might be played off the court a little bit, similar to Gobert a little bit, but he's more mobile than Gobert. He does a lot, and he uses his skill set to dominate. Like a lot of guys like LeBron early on in his career, Lamar Odom, I always point to Jason Tatum. Sometimes when you have too many tools in the toolbox, you get overwhelmed. I think Julius Randle gets overwhelmed a little bit, and he kind of like glitches because he is so talented, and he never chose to take a skill to learn and dominate and just find that niche. The Knicks can get a 2nd star player. It all depends on how they fit our team. I think we have our 2nd star already with OG. I was talking with my boy at the barbershop when I was talking about the luck introduced in the NBA. I know it's to spread out super teams, but I honestly think that super teams are good for the NBA, and it's never been a surefire championship anyway, so why even? Yeah, hell yeah, you're right. Bro, the biggest rating since Michael Jordan was the Golden State Warriors dynasties. So in terms of business, the super teams are the way to go in terms of ratings for the finals and stuff like that. But what about the ratings for 82 games for 30 teams? That's what I think they're worried about. That was the recipe for the 90s, where they wanted one superstar on each team so that each fan base can go watch can look forward to having a star player. So now they're gonna have that for the next 5 or 7 years, and let's see how it works. Celtics defense is like the Spurs. That's tough because who's dunking? That's tough because Porzingis can kind of be dunking a little bit. I think this is a better defense, especially when they're on all cylinders. Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, and Tatum. He guards 1 through 5 in this era. Team oriented. I'm saying what's the problem if we get a second superstar the wrong way? Narrative isn't really a thing to do what you have to do. Yeah, you do what you have to do. I think going against the fit and chemistry, I'm always against it. Like if Giannis is available for Julius Randle and how many picks, you make the trade because it's kind of like it's an MVP. It's 2 MVP candidates on the same team. This ain't just an All NBA, fringe All NBA guy every season. Giannis is an MVP. Then you have Malone, so another MVP. Doc Rivers always also spoke to that in the Bill Simmons podcast. Dame Lillard admitted to coming in a season out of shape because he was worried about being traded and getting hurt. So if he's working out and he gets hurt, then he can't get traded, right? Also, he was trying to get healthy. As he was getting healthy, he noticed that Dame Lillard didn't get the ball in transition after a made basket enough. He said 80% of like Lillard's plays, he would get the ball after a missed shot or a made shot in Portland. So it's like they took everything away from him in Portland after a made or missed shot. So Lillard is used to having the ball in his hands. With Milwaukee, they said when they get a missed shot, Giannis gets the rebound. They want Giannis to push the ball up because that's a mismatch. He's pushing the ball up and creating a mismatch automatically. But on a made shot, he said Lillard should have the ball in his hands every single time, 90% of the time, because he needs to get into his style. Doc Rivers, to me, is just like a puzzling coach. Because every time he talks, I love when he talks basketball. He's very honest. And he sounds smart. He just does. He said that Luka Doncic, he felt like he was going to get thrown out in the middle of the game last night. He saw it coming. He knew the referee, the crew, they weren't going to play any games with him, and he felt like he got caught up like every other superstar does with trying to get a call. But yeah, getting a second superstar, we see it in Milwaukee how it didn't work out, and Doc is, I don't know if he's shooting Dame Lillard some bail, but getting a second superstar like Giannis is worth it, MVP caliber guy. But who else is another superstar? Because for me, again, when we say the word superstar, that has a lot more to do with our popularity. How popular is this guy? That's how I feel about that word superstar. We ain't talking about the fit, making somebody better, in my opinion. That has everything to do with popularity. Now, if you're a superstar talent, superstar skilled, that's a different level. We talking about Giannis. He ain't available really, right? Jimmy Butler might be available, and that's kind of scary in itself. Because who do you trade him for if, let's say, he is available? Randall's money doesn't match, and that's going to affect the cap as well. It got to be dollar for dollar. I'm learning the CBA, y'all. I'm not going to front on you. It has to be a dollar for dollar exchange on a trade, and it can't be like 2 players for 1, if I'm not mistaken. It has to be, each player has to be even on the contracts. I think that's called like an aggregated trade or whatever. So what superstar would you go after if they were available? Like Anthony Davis is making, I think Anthony Davis is making $40 million. He's around Julius Randle's contract. Like that's a no-brainer. And that might be a disaster over there in LA right now. What if JJ Redick says, I ain't going over there? I was saying about not having 3 superstars on the team anymore. Teams have to be smart and careful on who they choose. Like you also said, luck will also play a big part as well. Yeah. 3 superstars are going to have to be drafted like Oklahoma City, who potentially have another trio of superstars. Sam Presti. Like we talk about LeBron with the decision. Sam Presti had a decision with James Harden that's not talked about enough. He should be embarrassed more often. I'm pretty sure he looks in the mirror all the time about the James Harden thing. That was a big mistake that he made. So yeah, I think the 3 superstar thing, though, that like the Oklahoma City has done in back-to-back decades, is the only way to do it, is to draft them, unless somebody's gonna come for less money. I'm salty. The Celtics are about to win a chip. Paul Pierce is gonna be even more unbearable. Salute, Mike. What's going on, Mike? I like OG too. I knew he would fit on our team a year and a half before he got here, but he is not a star player. Let's not be delusional. We need a second star. I disagree, LB, and I'm being consistent. I did not know he was that good a year and a half ago. I saw the second all-team defense. I didn't know he was this level defender, though. This is different. He's stopping star players. He's stopping them, like what Drew Holiday's doing. But I think and then some, because Drew Holiday can't guard Embiid. He can't guard Joker. He was guarding these big time players. So that's a real chess piece. That, to me, that's a superstar skill, superstar talent. He's not a superstar in terms of selling tickets, and maybe as a result of our winning, he can do that. But he's a superstar defender. KP can defend too. Yeah, I mean, that's what I loved about him when he was with the Knicks, man. It was his defense. He was insane. I think the Knicks front office is going to heavily consider players' health when signing and re-signing players or drafting, especially after this season. Maybe I think a part of them being unhealthy is what makes the players also diamond in the rough, right? You're always taking a risk. That's how they found Mitchell Robinson, right? It might be better to get a slightly better player that's healthy versus a great player that's injury prone. Hell yeah, especially if they fit. CBN. What does that mean? Giannis and the KD, the only player I want for us. KD is not worth. He's not an MVP candidate anymore. He's not, because how much of our team are we gonna have to sacrifice for KD? You know what I'm saying? Giannis, if you get rid of Randall and Mitchell Robinson, it's like you get some more shot blocking back. You get like stellar rebounding back. You get the scoring back. Defensively, I think he's still a bit overrated. But imagine him trying to learn Tibbs' defensive scheme. Like that level of talent, learning a defensive scheme is probably kind of like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Maybe man AD. Oubre off the bench isn't bad. Yeah, it's not, but to replace Bogey, and we need shooting. We need shooting. I'm not trying to get no players that shrinking the playoffs, so don't show up due to injuries. Jimmy Butler's out of the question. Great point, LB. Checkmate on that one. Checkmate. I wave the white flag. You are correct. I stand corrected. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I'm tired. Deuce, Rocas, Chenzo, Oubre, Isaiah off the bench. How is Rocas shooting? I've been hearing mixed things about him. How's Rocas shooting? JB, Booker, OG, Bridges, Cat starting. Cat who? Cat who? Let me take my glasses off. Cat who? Not in this city. Hell to the Nizzo. That's a big hell to the Nizzo like Lizzo. Thanks for putting a question mark at the end of your title. It saves me the trouble of listening to rumors. You know what? I appreciate it. I'm listening to you guys. I don't want to clickbait none of that stuff. I'm trying to see how it works, man. Couple more rumors and I'll get to it. Top of the morning. What's going on, baby? Tayshaun Prince was playing good defense on Kobe Bryant, or was he a star player? He was a star defender. Superstar defender. I get Jimenez, Julius, Mitchell Robinson will be the ones to be traded, and I'm completely cool with that. That's the only player I'm trading for Julius for or KD. Dominican Cat. No. Cat is weak. Yeah, Cat is weak, bro. Come on, man. Me and AllBall go at it about him. Giannis health though. Yeah, man. Yeah, Giannis is unhealthy too. Who the hell isn't unhealthy in this era, man? JB, McHale, OG, Randall, Ihart, Cat, and Booker are tight with Mr. Rose. Ooh, and I hate that about Cat. My peoples, Fabian PerspecTV, AllBall TV in the AM. I love y'all, man. Y'all make my day go. I almost turned on the AM shows, but Y'all twisting my arm into this. I'm joking. I love doing it. Catch y'all later, man. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.